Well, President Jacob Zuma is currently holding talks in Berlin with German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Germany has rolled out the red carpet for the president and his wife. South Africa is Germany's biggest trading partner in Africa, but this is the first time these two world leaders have met for bilateral talks. They're discussing deepening trade ties between the two countries. President Zuma is also accompanied by a substantial business delegation. Over 600 German companies operate in South Africa, providing at least 100,000 jobs. The last time one of the leaders of these two countries made such a visit was when Angela Merkel visited former President Thabo Mbeki in 2007. Back then, the Zimbabwe crisis dominated the discussions. Well, for more on this, let's cross to our reporter Jack Parrock in Germany, who's been covering the visit. He joins us on the line from Berlin. Jack, a very good afternoon to you. So a first meeting for these two leaders. What's been dominating today's talks?
So the talks actually are only just about to start. Let me explain to you what's happening. I'm stood currently in the Bundeskanzleramt, which is where the German Chancellor has her offices. And I'll talk to you a bit about what I can see. There's a South African flag flying high next to the German flag and the flag of the European Union. A red carpet is rolled out, and just in front of me there's a big representation of military guard awaiting the President, Jacob Zuma, to arrive to shake hands and to be introduced to the German delegation, and for him to introduce the Chancellor Angela Merkel to the South African delegation that's come here with him. This is really the focal point. It's going to be a very significant and memorable moment for both countries who are intending to deepen the trade ties on this mission.
So bilateral trade between the two nations is expected to reach a record 226 billion rand this year. Anything in particular you think Germany would want to strengthen in that relationship?
Well, Germany wants to ensure that South Africa, the country in Africa which has the most skilled workers to produce the cars, the German cars that provide so many jobs, firstly for South Africans, but obviously clearly a lot of revenue and a lot of investment opportunities for the Germans. They want to secure those relationships. Now, from a South African point of view, they want Germany to start looking into training skilled workers in South Africa so that Germany takes some of the burden, the financial burden, and also the kind of political and economic burden of training the people that will be used in the factories that build these German cars in South Africa. So generally it's a long-standing trade relationship, so we're not expecting huge kind of sweeping statements of significant kind of signings of any deals or anything. But what we're looking at is a kind of securing of the current relationship that's always worked well for both countries.